Are you experiencing tightness and weakness in one side of your hip flexors if you've been sitting a lot, and if you're suffering from scoliosis with one-sided weakness, especially on the concave side that causes tight weakness? Hi, my name is Annie and welcome back to my channel, Annie Pilates Physical Therapist. My channel is about Pilates, yoga, physical therapy, health, and wellness. And in this video, join me and my lovely puppy, Abby, on how to strengthen, lengthen, and improve stability of your lumbopelvic region if you're suffering from scoliosis or if you've been sitting a lot that causes tight weakness, which is the tightness on that hip flexors from prolonged sitting causes back pain and bad postural awareness. So get your mat ready and join me and Miss Abby. Okay, my friends, let's start discussing a little bit anatomy about the iliopsoas and why it's so important to strengthen and lengthen these muscles and why it's causing muscle imbalance on your body. So the iliopsoas is a combination of two muscles, the psoas major and the iliacus. The psoas major is the muscle that starts on your lumbar vertebrae from L2 to L5 level. So in the back from the lumbar spine, and then slowly go forward, sliding diagonally to the front of your hip flexors to insert. And it combines with the iliacus that starts on the ilium of your pelvis. So it's also at the back, but in the lower part on your pelvis. And they all come together to be combined into one muscle in one tendon to insert on your hip flexors. So that's why it's called iliopsoas. The psoas minor, on the other hand, it's separate and it's not part of this deep hip flexors. So because these deep hip flexors are so important for mobility and movement of our hips, it's the prime mover, which means without these muscles, you can't propel forward and it's going to be harder to step forward. So it's very important to strengthen these muscles. And because of our lifestyle, prolonged sitting positioning, these muscles causes tightness. So it crunch up at the back, and then sometimes it causes anterior pelvic tilt posture where your pelvis tilts anteriorly to compensate the tightness. When you have anterior pelvic tilt, guess what happened to your lumbar spine? There's going to be increased lordosis. So stretching is important, but because it's called tight weakness, it also creates this difficulty initiating movement. When you eliminate the rectus femoris muscles that helps hip flexion as well, together with the knee extension, then when you step forward with your knee straight without the hip flexor, it's going to be hard for you to lift your foot off the floor. So it's so important for those with scoliosis or anyone with imbalance on their body that their one side is weaker than the other. Usually, it's common to be weaker on the non-dominant side. So if you're right-handed, your right hip flexor usually is stronger unless you have an injury and trauma on that side. So whatever is your imbalance, do this in both sides, but you just add an extra repetition on the weaker side to compensate and to slowly build it up to level your lateral pelvic tilt or anterior pelvic tilt. So let's begin the program. Let's start stretching these muscles gently. We're going to start in kneeling position. So if your problem side is your left side, and if you have scoliosis, so could be your concave side. So if it's your left, place your right foot forward, level knee to your foot and your hip 90 degrees. If you need balance and support, you can use a wall or a table. So if you're near the wall, you have more support, because usually with tight and weak hip flexor, it's hard to kneel on that side. You're going to feel some ache and pain and sometimes instability on your pelvis. So having a support is a great way for absolute beginners. And slowly lean forward to the point of a gentle stretch, but not excruciating pain. Keeping your core engaged with your breath work. Inhale, squeeze your core in, and then exhale, release. Again, inhale. So I'm just holding it for 1 to 2 seconds, and then exhale, release. Breathe in, slowly lean forward, exhale, release. And then slowly progress to 5 seconds hold. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, release. So slowly build it up, the tolerance to have a deeper stretch, keeping my back straight. I'm not overarching. You want to tilt your pelvis in, engage your glutes, because most patients with tight hip flexors, it's very hard to activate the glutes. So the hip flexors help co-contraction with your glutes. So I'm really tightening my glutes as I lean forward. You're going to feel a deeper stretch on your tight hip flexors. And after 5 seconds hold, now you can progress to 10. But as I said, if it's creating more pain, stop. You don't want to overdo in your first session. Slowly build it up every single day or even every single week, because everyone is different on their flexibility and mobility drill. Breath work. Last one, and this time I want to hold it for 30 seconds. I'm really leaning in, and I'm going to combine it with rotation. I'm rotating my spine, because if you have scoliosis, with the concave in this side, you want to open that concave side by twisting and looking behind your foot as you open that hip flexors. I'm really lowering it down, getting my balance on the wall, and turning my body. Keeping my foot down, my heel down. If you have knee pain, be careful. A little bit hip external rotation. I'm going to feel that hip groin opening as well. And hold it for 30 seconds, hold. And I could really look behind me, my neck rotation all the way behind my shoulder. I'm looking behind my foot, releasing that tension, toes pointing away. 30 seconds hold, deep stretch. Breathe in, and then breathe out. A lot of mobility drill, and that's a great way to start. And then you can feel the other side as well. So I'm turning this way. Even the good side, it's good to know how tight, so you can learn the difference between a good side and a tighter side. So if this is my good side, I'm going to lower my right knee down and lift my left foot this time. So I'm targeting my right side, and you're going to feel, oh, there's no pain. I could go further down and back. Warm up slowly, dynamic stretching first. Don't do static hold yet. One movement, one breath work. Inhale, exhale. Keep your core engaged, pelvic tilt in so you're not increasing the lordosis of your lumbar spine. Keeping my glutes engaged, tightening it together. My recommendation is do 10 repetitions. Halfway through, now let's do 5 seconds hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you breathe in, as you lower yourself down. And this time I'm going to hold it for 10 seconds as we progress, if you can. Breathe in and breathe out. And the last one, progression, 30 seconds hold with rotation. So I'm going to turn, looking behind my right shoulder, all the way to my right foot, opening that hip, a little bit hip external rotation. Inhale, keeping my core engaged. Try not to use my lumbar spine. Try to really focus on your hip joint. You can use your hand to push it forward to really stretch as much as you can tolerate. I'm doing 3 more deep breaths in. Hold on to the wall if you need to, or to your knee for those who want to strengthen a little bit more stability. Last one. And exhale. That was intense. Well done. So after those kneeling position, we can progress with some pigeon stretch. Pigeon stretch is a great way to really open at the same time target your glutes as well. So let's start in downward dog position. Hands and knees level to all fours. Grab the mat with your toes and lift your knees up to a downward dog. To transition to pigeon stretch, let's start on your right side. So lift your right foot up to a single leg downward dog, toes pointing to the ceiling. Inhale and exhale, bend your right knee, your right foot to really open that hip flexor. So I'm trying my best to reach my right heel towards my buttocks.
Exhale, extend. Inhale, bend again. Exhale, extend. 2 more. Last one. And then slowly place your right knee between your hands for a pigeon stretch. Lower it slowly. Hi, happy girl. And then keeping your back straight. Try not to hyperextend your spine. And you want to make sure your knee and hip is leveled. If this is too difficult for your hip flexors on your left, you can place a small pillow on your bottom for support. And then slowly let go of you can use yoga block or pillow and press your hands down for a hip flexor stretch on my left side. So if I start with my right knee to do a pigeon stretch for my right glutes, I'm targeting my left hip flexors on the opposite side. So as I press up, looking up for a deeper stretch on my frontal plane, inhale. And then when I do a fold forward, then I'm going to stretch my glutes. It's so important to stretch your glutes for a deeper stretch in order to activate your glutes someday. They go hand in hand. As I said earlier, a good and strong hip flexors will help support your glutes. If you have difficulty engaging your glutes on any of your glutes workout. Now slowly lean forward for a forward fold stretch as much as you can. It's so lovely to stretch your glutes. Inhale and exhale. And then press yourself up again for a hip flexor stretch. And you're gonna feel a little bit pulling on your lumbar spine because I said the iliopsoas, especially the psoas major, starts on your lumbar spine. As long as it's not excruciating pain, just a gentle stretch, that's normal. Inhale and exhale down. Abby likes to lie down on her back. And forward fold. Close your legs, Abby. Inhale and exhale. Be ladylike, Abby. Breathe in and then press yourself up. Exhale. And slowly look up for a deeper stretch. And now we're gonna go back to downward dog. So slowly grab the mat with your left toes so you can lift your right knee off the mat for a downward dog. And march left and right to stretch your hamstrings a little bit. Inhale and exhale. Now lift this time left foot up for a single leg downward dog. Toes pointing to the ceiling as much as you can. And then bend your knee. Try your best to reach with your glutes with your left heel to open that hip flexors on your left. And then exhale. Okay, Abby just left. Go to the middle. Bend. Extend. Bend. Extend. Last one. Open that hip flexors. Really try your best to open that side. Then slowly lower your left knee between your hands for a deep stretch, for a pigeon stretch. And in this position, place your hands beside your hips to press up and look up for a hip flexor stretch on your right. You might find, oh, this is easier. This is my good side on my hip flexor. And then you're gonna feel a deep stretch on your left glutes as you forward fold. And hold that in 3 deep breaths for your left glute stretch. Inhale, exhale. Last deep breath in and slowly press up and look up for a hip flexor stretch. Inhale, exhale. It's so good. As I said, if it's both side tightness, then you do both sides. If you have no problem with any scoliosis, but if you have tightness only on your hip flexors because of prolonged sitting position. Now lean forward for a glute stretch. Last deep breath in and then press up. Ooh, that was deep stretch. Okay, my friends, now we are going to lie on your back to strengthen your hip flexors. Slowly roll down on your back. So with beginners, most patients have difficulty doing straight leg raise. It's good to keep the other leg bent to protect your spine. because you don't want to overarch your spine while doing a straight leg raise. With your toes pointing away from you, tippy toes, slowly lift your left leg up, knee straight. Try your best to point to the heavens. Inhale, squeeze your core in, and then dorsiflex as you exhale, slowly lowering your foot down. And breathe out. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down, slow and steady. We're not using momentum, you're using mind-body awareness on your hip flexors. Inhale up, dorsiflex as you go down. Breathe in, breathe out. Squeezing your core in as much as you can. Inhale up, exhale down. Plantar flex toes away as you lift. Exhale as you go down. 5 more. Inhale, exhale down. Slow and steady. Inhale up, exhale down. 2 more. Last one, my friends. Exhale down. Well done. Now let's switch to the other side. As I said, it's good to test even the good side in order to mirror and teach the bad hip. Now with your toes pointing away, inhale, lift. And then dorsiflex, point your toes towards you as you exhale down. 9 more. Breathe in, breathe out. Squeeze your core in. Don't forget your breath work. Exhale down. 5 more. Squeeze in, exhale down. 4, 3, 2, last one, my friends, and 1. Now, I want you to hold this position with your toes pointing to the heavens. Really try your best to lock your knee to really target your hip flexors, because when your knees are bent, you're using your hip flexors, but there's a little bit help from your quads. I want you to really lock, lengthen your hamstrings, and small circle like a size of a small dish. So I'm doing a small circle. I'm really tightening. You're going to feel your quads working hard if you have weak hip flexors, and that's okay, because they synergistically help each other. It's important to strengthen our whole body to help each other out. But try your best. Lock your knee. Inhale. Exhale as you circle. You might find some cramping sensation, and that's normal because you're weak. Slowly build up that strength. We'll do 10 circles. And if 10 circles are too difficult, you can do just 5. And now let's reverse circles like a size of a small dish. Lock your knee. Core engage. Breath work. I'm doing reverse circles now. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now let's switch to the other side. Now I'm locking my left knee, my left foot pointing to the heavens, my toes, and then bending my right knee for support of my back. I'm going to start with a small circle like a size of a small dish with my breath work. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And now reverse circles. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and down. So those are some of the exercises we already started to strengthen your hip flexors. Now let's do a synergistic movement. The glutes and hip flexors, they're very important to strengthen side by side because they do help support your posture. So with your hands on your side, knee and hips level, this is the last exercise. We're going to do some bridging. So we're going to lift your hips up. Squeeze your core in. Belly breath, expand your belly first. And then squeeze your core in. Exhale, pull your navel to your spine. All at the same time, strengthen your glutes by squeezing your buttocks as hard as you can. Breathe out. And then slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, lift. Belly breath, expand your belly. Exhale, squeeze your core in.
and then roll down one vertebrae at a time. So as I said, the vertebra bodies is important to segmental movement to release the tension of your psoas major. Inhale, lift, belly breath, squeeze your core in, and then breathe out as you go down. Inhale, lift, belly breath, squeeze your core in, and breathe out. 2 more. Lift, belly breath, squeeze your core in, tighten your glutes as hard as you can, breathe out. Last one, my friends. This time, I want you to hold that belly breath, hold that bridge, and then we're going to do some pulses. Small range, the size of like an inch. Just small range, squeeze up and small, go down segmental, just slowly go down, not too low, not even halfway. Just 2 to 3 inches, and squeeze up and then down. Squeeze your core in all at the same time. Really hold that isometric hold, small range, isometric hold on your hip flexors, and then slowly go down, a little bit stretch. Really feel it. Place your hands in front of your hip flexors if you want them to proprioceptive engagement. Lift. Touch your glutes if you need to really lift, to stretch your hip flexors a little bit up, but don't overarch your spine. As I said, you don't want to compensate through your spine. You want to make sure it's your hip flexor stretch by placing your hands on your hip flexors to open up and down, lift and down. 5, with your breath. 4, 3, we're almost done. 2, and 1. And that's it. I'm hoping you enjoyed this lovely hip flexors lengthening and strengthening program utilizing Pilates and yoga. If you have difficulty focusing and difficulty engaging all of these muscles, I use Magic Mind. This is a sponsored video from Magic Mind that helps me focus when I need an energy boost. It has delicious flavor of matcha, and I love a matcha tea, and it has a lot of science, backed by science for 10 years on how it will help you focus. I love coffee in the morning, but in the afternoon, I drink my Magic Mind to help me edit my videos, help me walk my dog, help me focus for my yoga Pilates workout so I could really connect mind-body awareness as I do my daily flexibility, mobility, core workout. This is Magic Mind. I use this as my special drink. Shake it. This is my forte. 1 shot of goodness before I start my editing or anything I need, especially at the end of the day. I also use this sometimes in the morning after my coffee. So before going to work, before walking my dog, to give me extra focus. It has adaptogens, amazing matcha flavor. I love matcha, but if you don't like matcha, you can put some milk on it, or you can use your sparkling water, Perrier or Topo Chico to add on your matcha. My Magic Mind to give you energy before my editing and doing my stuff for my YouTube channel. So what is Magic Mind? So this is an amazing adaptogen. It gives you energy, focus. It has immunity, nootropics to make you relax. And I take this usually with food or after my morning coffee. It's a good way to start my day if you don't drink coffee. Best enjoy when it's chilled, but refrigeration isn't necessary. Shake it just once, but like you mean it. And then drink, salud. What to expect? You feel an elevated sense of energy, a sense of calm, focus within an hour of taking Magic Mind. I don't rely on massive amounts of caffeine like any other energy shots because overcaffeination is counterproductive. You're gonna get a crash. So with this, it gives me optimal focus when I play with my dog Abby, when I walk my dog, when I play my piano, or when I edit my videos. So don't expect to be wired, expect to be dialed in. I feel 50 to 60% of the benefits on day 1 as the ingredients of relaxation, especially at the end of the day, I want to relax. If you're interested to get the Magic Mind, click the link in the description below and get a discount using my code. Okay, my friends, if you love this video, want to learn more about Pilates, yoga, and physical therapy, health, and wellness, please subscribe to my channel, ring the bell so you won't miss anything, like and share this video, Every like you give to my channel, you are supporting me. I have a lot of support from you guys, and I'm thankful from each one of you. And if you need my guidance and support, I have my back masterclass that I'll be reopening on March 2023 for spring for new students who needed my support and guidance on how to strengthen their core, improve their posture, and overall health and to regain life without back pain. I also have a new course that I'm making right now for those with pelvic floor weakness, postpartum, or anything in between with weak core for absolute beginners. If you're also interested in that, click the link on the description below. If you have difficulty sleeping at night and you need a support for those with scoliosis, watch this video. This is a great video that you can check out. And if you have quadratus lumborum pain and how to fix this one-sided pain on your back, click it over here. Until my next video training, always remember, be safe, be well, and healthy you. Bye!